but I don't wanna be on my own. It always goes much better in my head, but the feelings end up wasted. So I'm sorry for breaking down when you said you got me. I'm used to being let down, but I'm hoping if I'm falling too fast, then you'll catch me. You'll catch me. So I'm sorry that you might have to see I'm not flawless. I promise that I'm facing my problems. If I'm falling too fast, will you catch me? Will you catch me before I crash? I'm so afraid that you'll run out of patience. Trust me, I know how it feels to be hopelessly waiting. Sometimes I don't know if I can even change, but I'm still trying. So I'm sorry that you might have to see I'm not flawless. I promise that I'm facing my problems. If I'm falling too fast, will you catch me? Will you catch me before I crash?
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through? Pump up the bass line. Pump up the bass line. Wait. Pump up the bass line.
They say to run when it all goes dark, but I know where I'm gonna be. Next to the girl with a broken heart and a temper like the fallen leaves. I want to have you, I'm nothing without you. My music, it needs you, and I do. I breathe you, try to erase us, the look on their faces when they thought they'd break us. You were ready for the earthquake.
Walk on water cause I'm drowning and you made it. Man, met you on the corner, first in love, it was payday. Candy colored nails, match the candy coated bands. I needed your contact, my eyes bugging out my head, cause you hot as shit. Nah, just she African. Not no bottom bitch, top notch out of here. Love me like I love myself, love it when she smile at me. White teeth with a heart of gold, and I'ma put a diamond in it. Ring, 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 love calling me. Ring like the camera is free when she calling me. Ring, 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 love calling me. Ain't gon' be a man to pick you up, you stay down for me. Eyes closed, arms out, flying. Red Bull, babe, you give me wings, pilot. Girl, I love your voice, sound like love calling it. Love called again, and I ain't miss a call yet. And I ain't miss a call yet. Love called again, and I ain't miss a call yet. And I ain't miss a call yet. Love called again, and I ain't miss a call yet. All around free in a nurse circumference. When she round me, she come first, and she quick. She say she feel my emotions when I I just give thanks, can't believe we in the same bed. God do it best, shout out to my angel, she a mess. Clean up when she stressed, never stressing me. Lucky please, I'm the luckiest, feel it in my chest. Treasure you, I swear you a diamond. Ring, 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 love calling me. Ring like the camera is free when she calling me. Ring, 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 love calling me. Love called again, and I ain't miss a call yet. And I ain't miss a call yet. Love called again, and I ain't miss a call yet. And I ain't miss a call yet. Love called again, and I ain't miss a call yet. And I ain't miss a call yet.
All the barricades, I wanna know why they hold me back. Need a miracle to break me through, but I won't get that. If I was a real wonder, then I could save me from turning around. Lift me off the ground, and one day I'm free. Yeah, I wanna be a real wonder. Heaven lift me up from under. Wishing I could be somehow stronger now, so I can fight away all the pain inside me. Never be afraid of the fate that finds me. Wishing I could be stronger, so I can be a real wonder.
If you wanna be a wonder, baby, come and show it. Tell me what you feel in your heart and your soul. There's nothing I would take for granted. With me, we'll make it through. Takes two hearts to fix heartbreak. We grew apart, I made a mistake, but I'll try to make it up to you, my darling. Ooh.
Yeah, I wanna be a real wonder. Heaven lift me up from under. Wishing I could be somehow stronger now, so I can fight
is too scared to be lonely. No one's safe from the reaper, not a saint nor a sinner. Rage under my skin, slowly descend into madness. Let it spread like a virus. Be a friend with the violence. Help, there's blood on my hands. Somebody save me from myself. I'm off of the meds and it might get hideous. Why so serious? Run for your life, cause it might get hideous. Why so serious? Change, can you swear some? Never mind, I forgot where I came from. Like wolves in the darkness, we've adapted to blindness. Fall asleep with the sirens out. There's blood on my hands. Somebody save me from myself. I'm off of the meds and it might get hideous. Why so serious? Run for your life, cause it might get hideous. Why so serious? Run for your life, cause it might get hideous. Why so serious?
Stranded in the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion, staring down the barrel, waiting for the final gates to open to a new tomorrow.
Say I'm dangerous, cause I broke all the cages. No, I didn't take it. No, no. They let me, but that I guess they'll never learn. Every time I break, there's just more pain to burn. They'll never, never, never learn. Till the battle's won, still kingdom come. Let's do it, royalty.
broken dreamer is your mind. All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. To the darkness, into the night. Oh, broken dreamer is your mind. All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. To the darkness, into the night. Oh, broken dreamer is your mind. All the scars, let's leave them behind. We light the world up now, let us fire in your eyes. To the darkness, into the night, the night, the night, 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 the night, 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 the night. To the darkness, into the night. Put your fucking hands up. Don't you think we could be different if we could just take it slow, let it go, roll down all the windows, feel the wind rushing through, hear the music, take the groove. Don't you know all I'll ever really wanna be is a connected high, you and I, pinnacle climactic vibe. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. You don't have to pretend we're shy. Let's forget the 9 to 5. I just wanna feel alive. Take it slow, let it go, roll down all the windows. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. You don't have to pretend you're shy. Take it slow, let it go. Let's take a trip to uptown. Don't you wish we could be out of sight, out of mind? Take my hand, don't go slow. I'm chasing the afterglow. Dance with me while the beat finally got some clarity. go, roll down all the windows.
Lately you don't feel like yourself, and you kinda hate it. You suppress all of the thoughts in your head and say it's complicated. You hide your pain, but I can see it etched on your face. I know the feeling, swear you're okay, but you're barely breathing. Don't you walk away. 'Cause I feel you getting lost, I feel you trailing off. Feel it in your words when you say there's nothing wrong. There's something so subliminal about the way that your hands shake whenever you talk. You stare into space like you're lost in your thoughts, surrounded by your paper walls. Tell me what's been going on. Tell me what's been going on.
All right, that should be good. Is the music too loud? I'm using a different source this time.
Never took time to listen. Couldn't see that you were going through hell. Now you're cold and distant. You say you're fine.
Thanks.
Heart is bleeding. Feed me those lines, but they lost the meaning.
This headset usually is pretty quick to charge. It's just when something lasts this long and then it's so quick to charge, for me, I just easily forget to keep charging it. But like one charge lasts almost 24 hours. And also,
Tell me what's been going on.
like it's tickling my OCD when I keep having to cross these wires like this. So now I'm like in that mode of, you know, screw it, we'll do it live. I'm just like there already with this, because I couldn't avoid this one, so now I'm just like, whatever, let's just cross them.
Tell me what's been going on.
Like when it's done, I'll probably be able to see like a way of doing it without needing to cross wires. Like, but how is your headset weird, man? If I remember correctly, Unity... Oh, wired. Oh, okay, okay. Oops. My bad. I forget how Unity wants this done. I think we have to do it like this. It's like main text. I need to look it up. Give me 1 second. Because I need to get this right, and that would be a silly reason to get it wrong. I think it's spelled main text. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But I know that it's definitely case sensitive. And like with shader, I have to like change my brain over to make sure that I don't use Pascal case. Yeah, okay, so it is capitals. Alright, got it. So internally it should create it. Yep, there it is. Alright, good. So this is the scrolling. That's up. There it is. So in Unity, this is like a thing. For those who don't know, basically, this is how Unity, out of the box, reads the texture for the material that, think of it kind of like the parent. So whatever material you put, whatever object you place the material that's using the shader on, it will read the texture of that material using main text. That's just baked into the cake of how Unity handles it. You just have to make sure that the spelling is correct, because if you do like common letter M text, it won't pick it up. It has to be this specifically. Everything else here, think of them like I'm just writing custom variables that we're going to be filling in over. So these are basically like serialized properties, right? Because we'll be able to get access to them on the material that uses the shader. Right? So, and you can find out what type they are over here. Right? When you click this little plus icon, you can create more of them as you need. This is why I said it's just easier for me to code this first and then do it in Shadergraph, because I kind of, like, as I'm coding, know what variables I need. The reason why I can get away with doing it like this now, a little bit easier for me, is because I've already done this type of shader before. So it's just like trying to remember what I used previously. But this is my first time doing it in Shadergraph, so I'm just like feeling it out also. I think the last time I did this was in Godot on GLSL.
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Carefree lately, yeah. or just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
I think here is a good place for it. So now we just need an add node. Like it's really making me. I think the next time I'm just gonna code it because I just get like super into making sure they're positioned. Throwing me for a loop. I think I'm forgetting something. Oh, weird. Interesting. I think I made a mistake, maybe? It looks... I mean... looks okay. What am I missing here? So good news, my Assassin's Creed Downfall script written. Congrats. Congratulations. Assassin's Creed. I mean, that kind of sounds like you have like an idea that you're trying to. So this is the thing, right? You can either let. What am I doing? Yeah, you could either let. When you're writing, you can either have. You have two. There's a line between narrative and reporting. Reporting is following the facts wherever they lead you. Narrative is knowing where you need to get to and massaging the facts until you get there, right? And it's not always intentional when you go between one or the other, right? So just give special care, I think, to that you're not so this just needs to be added to this or combined with this. Just take special care to oh no. That you're not massaging things in incidentally, because you know that's just the narrative, and it's kind of hard to to notice it too, because kind of like when you get into it, you're in it. Tunnel vision is a real thing. Yeah. I want to try something. No. No. Let's stick to the plan. Oh bueno. That works. I think I made a mistake here. Yeah, that's a problem. We have to delete this. We made a mistake there. But I don't see the option here. Let me see. Create node. This is the one that we're looking for. Yeah, that's the one we're looking for. Okay, gotcha. I understand now. It's been a while. Forgive me. So now we can do main tags. You have to do that first. That's what it is. And now we add in the... There we go. Oh, brother. Alright, so now we just need to get the R channel out of this. So that's easy enough. We just go here. Yep, that's it. Let's do a split. Real. Make sure we got... Okay, so we need to multiply these. Do this. I mean, technically, we could just do this, right? Get rid of split. Because it already does it here. Let's disconnect. Delete. Oh, oops. We're gonna get here, but before we get here, there's a step we have to apply that right. Get a modulation.
They say that love is blind, but I never trusted sight. When I turn and look inside, there's nothing I can find. In the silence of the night, when my demons come alive, I hear a voice disguised, telling me we're not alright. You're always on my mind. On my mind. You're always on my mind. On my mind. One taste, you can't get enough. One kiss, you feel my love. One taste, you can't get enough. One touch, you feel my love. One taste,
There we go.
you feel my love. One taste, you can't
Holy cow, I think I would have scripted this already by this point. Believe it or not, this is like maybe 9 lines of code. At least in GD's, not GD, in GLSL, it's about 9 lines of code. But then again, this is HLSL, so this is probably like 100 lines of code. But they really need to, like, just... I would love it if Unity went to GLSL. It would just make shader work so much faster. I mean, this is pretty quick still, but... Alright, and so... then we just need a modulo to make sure that we don't go crazy with the numbers.
In the morning, you felt so safe back then. Be honest, you live in your own circle.
Leave it like that. Alright. Okay, so now we need to put in a vector 2 here to split this out and apply the palette to it. When true, if false, then we can just run it straight through. There, vector 2. Want that y to be 0. We're going to have to get this back at some point.
Visions of you. Half past 9 and I can't see straight. I'm hoping that I'll make it tomorrow, but right now I can't feel my face. I'm intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown the sorrows, but I love that bitter taste.
Okay, there we go. Under.
Half past 9 and I can't see straight. I'm hoping that I'll make it tomorrow, but right now I can't feel my face. I'm intoxicated, I'm a
Okay, that looks good. Kind of sick that. Wow. It is what it is. Alright. So, the final part of this, we just need to adjust the transparency.
I'm intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown the sorrows, but I love that bitter taste.
I mean, so this, if I remember correctly, this is just a normal thing for how you want to approach adding transparency to your materials. Should be universal. No pun intended.
Visions of you.
So, first thing that we want to do is we want to make a split, which will just take this in. The one that we care about is here. I believe, did we make, yep, transparency. Right, so whatever we change this to is going to be done right there. Okay, so there we've set this to -1, and we're basically going to be adding this to whatever the alpha is. Alright, so basically I think at maximum this is going to have 0. Otherwise we're reducing the alpha over here. So at 0 this should just be fully visible or opaque. Now we can get away with this, I guess. This isn't totally universal because this is not lit. I can't recall. I know in Godot you have specifically like emissions and then you don't have emissions when you're dealing with 2D. So it might be the same thing for Unity. I would expect it's the same thing. It would be really weird if it wasn't. Okay, and then we just need to add this back in. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I made a mistake there. We're actually going to totally abandon that, and we're just going to do a create node combine. This is just an easier way. So we can test things out here. Interesting. Oh well. Should work. We'll find out if it doesn't in a second. Alright, now we just need to do the outputs. So we're only dealing with this. Actually, we probably should do. Why doesn't this have? It's unlit. Alpha clip.
I seen the end before the beginning, but I began anyway. I began.
This doesn't need to cast shadows. What's my console screaming about? Nothing. For some reason, I think I messed up here. We're supposed to combine it. And then we're supposed to have an alpha that we are going to put down over here. But there's no alpha output. I'm trying to think, what do we need to do? Maybe we need to do another split? This alpha is inside of this. Yeah. Not messing with the alpha anywhere else now. I think we want to do this anyway. And I don't think this one. That. Multiply.
She's a itty bitty spider with a itty bitty ladder and a string jacket round her waist. When she gets a bite, you better run, you better hide, better pray that you're not worth the chase. Yeah, she might be pretty, but I promise it gets scary. Once you want your daddy and she finds out where you live, creeping in the shadows, eating poisoned apples. She's nothing like you ever seen. Her mood goes up and down and round, and ain't no telling what she might do next. 'Cause she's a itty bitty spider with a itty bitty ladder and she might.
Hey, Agent Sausage, how you doing, man?
You should always sleep with one eye open. Keep in mind to always look over your shoulder.
No, it was just, it's a personal target. It has nothing to do with the game jam. Just to see like what I'm capable of doing.
She's a snake crawling, creeping on the floor. If you give her time of day, baby, that's your first mistake. She will swallow you whole, for you know in your control by a
All right, what is this complaining about?
thought that she's a itty bitty spider with a itty bitty ladder. You should always sleep with one eye.
It's just typical.
You better keep in mind to always look over.
All right, so this is our very first attempt at converting a GLSL shader into a HLSL shader using Shader Graph. It's not working the way I think it should work. I'm pretty sure it's going to be busted, but let's give it a shot. Let's make sure that we have all of the settings correct first. This is a UI-based shader, and I think the new Unity system has a specific UI version. Hey, thank you for the follow, man. I hope this is educational and entertaining for you then. Yeah, here it is. So we have like the canvas option. Right? And in the canvas option, it comes off with the alpha here. Awesome. So we don't need to worry about alpha clipping for now. Okay, and we don't have, so I'll briefly describe what these things are doing. So alpha clipping is the period of time when the renderer is going to say, hey, we do not render pixels past the alpha of this point. If we turn this on, we'll get some properties here that tells us what point. Typically, it's like 0.5 by default, but you can set it whatever you want to. When you even click the material, you should see the option pop up if this is set to true. Disable color tint, pretty much on the surface. It will disable the same thing as like alpha clipping, but for a color once it gets to that color, and the option will pop up again. We don't have to worry about vertexes, apparently. I guess that's cool. Alright, so let's walk through exactly what I attempted to do here. Let's see if it actually worked. We have the UV grouping. The very first thing that we want to do is we want to... so the goal of this is to create a distortion of the UI, the UGUI's image. And it should make the image wiggle around and look like it's moving, but it's really not. It's just the pixels oscillating. So that's what the UV grouping is doing. It's creating that initial measurement, or getting the initial measurement for all of the UVs. And then offsetting them by some sign, which is right here. Right, we apply the sign, and we're using time to force this through. So every couple of seconds, or every frame, it will go through and do things. And then we combine it, and then we push it out. Now, in the case that we have a separate palette we want to overlay with this to create like an even weirder effect, we can just turn that on, and that's where this part comes in. And we use, you can see it here, right here. We sample, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Whoops. My bad. That's where this part comes in. This part is just applying, so we get the UVs over here. This is where we do the calculation for the UVs. Right here is where we're applying the texture, the original texture. So if you have an image of a bunny, the bunny will appear distorted because we're feeding it in this texture using these UV coordinates for each pixel. Then you have this option over here. Right, we have this option over here, which is based on this branch, which one we're going to take. Thinking about it, I could probably put the branch over here and then handle this business. It's not like it matters anyway. It's not like a huge thing. Huh. What would happen if I put this branch over here and then set it to true? We would basically be going over here, and instead of getting this output, it would be getting this output. Could we do it? I don't think so. Because then we would have to do a split after it anyway. So this is actually the most optimal way. Never mind. Right, so over here we're just sampling this new texture. If we submit a texture for it to use, otherwise it'll appear really wonky, which might be the reason why I'm seeing what I'm seeing here. It might be defaulted to true. Okay, and that's it. So if there's any questions, ask me after this works. If it works, I'll answer every question. If it doesn't, it'll be with me through the pain, I guess, of fixing it up. But hopefully that was a good illustration of how to approach shader graph. For anybody who's like afraid of shaders or second-guessing shaders, it's a little bit robust, but it's just doing simple stuff. Not really that much. I mean, each node kind of just has its purpose. All right, let's save, and then apply this to a UGUI element. When I remember how to save. I think do we hit Control S and get it? Yes, awesome. And we got no console issues? None? Awesome. Okay. So in Unity 6, I don't know if it does this in previous Unities, but I noticed it here, that this will create for us a material out of the box. So let's just go to our theme. We're going to turn off other stuff. We only want this right now. Let's go to 2D. Okay. So now this should have a slot for a material right here for the image. Okay. So now let's go down to the material. So that's the difference. We can't edit this material because it's baked to the cake for this. So we have to create a new material using the background, what did I call it? Background ripple. Ripple material. Ripple UI material. And its background ripple. There we go. So now we can edit this stuff. And we just go here and do that. Okay, so now we should be able to edit this. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, I see. I freaking frack. Main text should pick up. I knew you have to name that correctly. Let's go back to the shader real quick. I could have sworn main text. This shouldn't be here. This field. It should be like built in, and Unity should be sampling this thing, the source image, get the main texture. So that only happens when we make a mistake here. So let's see if that fixes it. Nope.
We can set the world on fire.
Oh, it didn't save.
We can set the world on fire.
Yeah, so we have problems. Let's do the more obvious stuff first. Well, actually, hold on. Let's look at the console. I don't know why all of these things are going off. That has nothing to do with what we were working on. I don't know why that did that. Okay, whatever. All right, so let's deal with the first obvious issue. Instead of controlling the trend, because that was, again, this is based on from Godot. So instead of doing that, we're going to just treat this like Unity. Yeah. So we're going to get rid of. We're going to get rid of. Where is it? This altogether. Oh, yeah. There we go. So that's the first problem. Let's see if we fixed it. I have no clue why all of these issues are showing up for something that's not even open. Error in... yeah. These are sample shaders, they don't actually do anything. Okay, we're getting there now. At least we're in the right color range. We can ignore this. So now this should be the one that controls it, correct? Yep, there we go. Awesome. Alright. Alright, so... we have to work off of... let's deal with the other obvious issue. We're going to turn this back into an unlit. We're going to treat it like a normal material, not a canvas material. Because, again, that canvas material, I don't know exactly what it's going to do. So it's good to just see what it works like in a situation where I'm more familiar before we go into it in a way that I don't really know what it's going to do. If I do none here. Okay, so it is sampling the main texture then. I don't know why. I thought it doesn't show this. But it is sampling this main texture. Okay, so this part is working. Fine. Alright, so now the next issue is the scroll direction. All right, let's try this. Yep, looks like we need them. Okay. Go back. I'm going to change this back to, because it looks like it was functioning more efficiently under canvas. Sure, nothing broke. Good. So this is what I mean. Like, earlier I had said it wouldn't make sense for this to be here, but it is here, but it's only here under the canvas renderer. So that's pretty cool. I wouldn't normally expect it. In most engines, you don't see that there, but it's pretty cool that this is also part of the new system. Generally, what you'd want to do in this case is to bump up the alpha until it was some absurd number, and then you would get the effect of an emission in a 2D renderer. All right. So I'm pretty sure that's what's happening under the hood anyway. But it's probably doing it just in a better way, I guess. Alright, let's go back. Did I save? What did I forget? Nothing. It just isn't there. The background. Oh, brother. So it's working here in the material display, but over here it's not showing anything. It could be that I'm looking at it on backface. Is that what's happening? Nope. I don't know. Try messing with the alpha, seeing what happens. Oh, we're good. Interesting. What did we do? The only thing that we changed really was over here. Oh, I got you. Oh, yeah, that doesn't work. Oh, that wasn't it. That was literally the only thing I changed. Let's get rid of the material and just add it again. Okay. So I had to re-add the material for it to show. That's just something is happening under the hood. Wait. That's so freaky. I have no comments. So what just happened is that the default material is working fine, but the one that I've been editing is not working. Or at least it is, it's just... Well, first, let's fix something. Because we don't need this anymore. And let's bring this up here. Alright, let's look at the scene. So if I go and use the default material, background, you see it'll show up. But the created material is broken. They're literally identical. But this one is showing it. I wonder. Hold on one second. If I do this, will it actually work now? Nope, it still does its thing. Okay, whatever. Let's delete this. Nicked is spamming. I've got a vid about Morse code autoplayed. Monkey see, monkey do. I learned random stuff for no reason. Hey, Stoner. How you doing? We're gonna recreate that material, because I think that one just went to bonkers. Ripple UI. I don't know what was going on with that one. Okay, so now it's working. Let's see if we can make changes. There we go. That's what I was looking for. These numbers are super sensitive. That's what the problem was. So it's just these numbers are crazy sensitive. Let's go down. Alright, let's zero these out. Numbers are way too sensitive. Okay. There we go. All right. Damn it. Okay.
Thin ice, walking on my own. Praying nights, should I let it go? You said that it would change, but you're going home and I'm losing hope. Nobody thought it all. But you would never know that I'm still afraid. The things you say are adding numbers to my days. What if you told yourself things would never be the same?
Darn it. Okay.
Countdown, feel the ticking in my ears. No, is it near the end? Fade out till I
So we need to fix this part. That's not what this should be doing. But this is closer, much closer. We just need to get a zigzag effect going now. It's coming together slowly. So what we need to do is sample the UV one more time. And in the calculation for the X, just make it offset to the left and right. We need to do double the calculation. Brr. Or should we just keep it this way? Let's see what it looks like when we put everything back together. Alright, so we can technically... which ones are they? Alright, we could apply this material that we just made to a whole bunch of things. Alright, you can see the little particles are now moving around. Which is nice. Here to see it. It's gonna look weird because game mode, so I have to like move the mouse in order to get it to update over the screen. Let's turn on the tree and run play. See what it looks like. Wonder what the tree would look like with it. Let's add it to the tree. That's cool. I mean, I'm not going to keep it, but it's cool. I'm going to try this one on the tree. That's funny. Is it actually playing? Oh, there we go. Okay. I mean, we could always just make a custom one for this if we wanted to, but I don't know. Should I add the zigzag on the X axis, or is the Y good enough as far as like this goes? Because the idea is other things are going to be happening. Like when you charge this, the particle effects are going to be coming up from the character. You learn your node, blah, 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 things like that. There's other visual effects going on. Actually, you know what? I think maybe let's try this. Maybe that's what's missing. Ripple. No, it's just let's apply it to the trees. I want to see what this like just looks like overall. That is cool now. Okay. And we're not going to do it to the fog, but we'll try that in a second. I want to try it on this stuff too. Okay, that's a win. That's a win for me. That just adds life to it. I'm not a fan of the big shimmer thing, but I'm just looking at the way this moves. Let's remove it from the... Yeah, I think this is the space that I want to be in with it. What do you guys think? You make it bigger. Let's remove it from that. Not a big fan of the shimmer on the tree. Tree. Let's change the name of this to Ass.
Don't walk away from me. 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 Don't walk away. Don't walk away from me. Don't walk away.
Okay. So we saw, I think I saw the most pleasing effect from the particles. Keeping the tree back still, and the alcove still looks like it's the way to go. Let's try it, see what happens. So we can just give them slightly different materials, so that way the way that they're moving is not in sync. But right now it's all in sync. So let's do that. We're going to change this one to, let's call this the base. And we're going to make a new one, and we're going to call this particles. This one, we're going to call this one forest. Okay. Unity sometimes are a different breed of animal. Like, I don't understand why I moved that. There we go. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna put the grass and the forest on the same level. The particles going to have their own thing going on. And I think that's it. So we just need to go in and assign them different times. That looks good for us to play. Okay, so let's start with the particles. Check out the trees. And then we're going to increase the All right, what's this complaining about? It keeps doing that. It says that the occlusion texture that was already released or not yet created. Make sure you declare it for reading in your pass, or gosh, okay. Make sure you declare it reading in your pass, or you don't read it before it's been written. Okay. Where is it doing it though? The only reason why I could see that it's doing that is if for this, but we have this off. Alright, let's give it a shot. A little bit too pronounced. I would like it subtle, so let's work on that.
Why'd you pull the trigger? You won't find the light in the smoke and mirrors. You're screaming out a name, we're lost in the haze. Baby, tell me, are you entertained? They're saying my name, calling me insane. I'm running like a bullet to the brain, 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 brain.
That looks great. What do you guys think of that one? For the particles. We just need to decrease the amplitude a bit.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
Let's change the scroll. What do you guys think of that one? I think I like it more than the other ones. Looks like something is rising from the ground, kind of. And then it just sinks back down. Then they shoot up. Or we can go with that. This is going to go away once, I think it's going to go away once I just restart Unity. Because Shader Graph just does this randomly, I don't know why. Make sure I named main text correctly.
What does it mean to be happy?
Yeah, we did.
'Cause it looks like we all don't know. Glass half full or empty. Man, we just putting on the show. Try to look to the heavens to tell us things that we beg to know. Like what did the song mean? There's no
Or, yeah, or we could do Raining Stars.
I try to find a purpose in my life to drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside.
Alright, let's close this. Hope that it won't come up. It's like, it does that whenever you have... It'll even do it for the animation graph. It's just something going on with graphing. With Unity since forever. Okay. Alright, so I think we're going to go with Raining Stars. We had the other one where it was going up. This one is going down now, I guess. It's cool. Next one is the trees. Want to make sure our trees look wobbly. Let's... Back. Grab our tree.
Things that we beg to know. Like what did the song mean? There's no tomorrow. Oh, you know, I try to find a purpose in my life to drive me, to guide me. Oh, doctor, I feel dead inside.
These numbers are just incredibly tight.
And even if you try so hard, we're never gonna get this far. We're never gonna get this far. Trust me, trust me. And even if you try so hard, we're never gonna get this far. We're never gonna get this far.
There we go.
Just let me see where I could be if there's
All right, that looks pretty cool. Let's move on to some actual. Well, I mean, there you go. That's my introducing you to how not to be afraid of shader graph and the fantastic stuff you can just pull off with a simple shader. To be fair, that shader graph was freaking huge. I've done that code in GLSL. That's literally like 5 lines of code, maybe 6 at most. So yeah, there's that. I would need to restart Unity for this error to go away. And we're not going to be messing with packs. I haven't touched this stuff in a very long time, so good luck with that one. I don't feel like getting stuck up on that right now. So we were in the middle of trying to figure out how to approach our skill tree. So it dawned on me yesterday after stream, almost before I went to bed, how I wanted to approach it. And that's to treat it like it's an inventory, right? It's just a simple inventory approach. So what do I mean by that? Let's go look at the skill tree data. This class skill tree data is a scriptable object that stores a whole bunch of POCOs in it, plain old C object, for the different skill nodes. We have skill nodes that are stat nodes, so they give a certain stat. You can see the visiting stat here. So let's take a look at that script real quick. Very small script. It's just applying a visitor to a stat. So what it does is it will... So the only things that could ever have a stat are entities in our game. And so we need to have different types of entities. You have entities that are just like bad guy entities. They exist with just the purpose of having very simplistic stats come in and get destroyed. But you might have a desire to have something more complex in them. This is fine. Generally speaking, though, this is more for like NPCs, where the NPC might want to target a specific stat for development. So it might have like its own equipment or its own whatever, right? It's not just like preset values. So that more complex situation. But obviously the player is the other type of entity. And that's where this is targeted at. But we're allowing it, we're using simple constructs to allow it to later on be able to branch off into whatever else I want. We just need to pass in an ID. And then when we pass in this ID here, we can use broker manager, get the ID, and then we can just add that. Every entity, when they're made, creates their own broker, and that broker registers itself with the broker manager. So it's just a matter of entering that entity's ID number, and the broker manager will get that for us, get that broker for us, right? Or we could go to the entity manager and then get the entity itself, and then get the entity's broker. But this is just a cleaner way, I guess, of doing it. So yeah, there's only two things that we really, well, there's a couple of things. But for our broker system that I had made in a previous stream, if you're interested in how that was put together, you can just go back and look. It just needs basically a source ID, the source of the thing that's applying the broker's values. Then from that, we'll take that ID. Over here, we're going to manipulate it a bit because this source ID is just the skill. This source ID is just the skill tree's ID, right? But we want to make sure that this specific stat has its own ID type. So we just randomly assign one here. Then we just get the sum of the ID with the node's ID and this stat's visiting ID. And we can just take that and put that into a note. The note is basically saying the target stat that we're going to assign this to, we want to increase it by a certain percentage. Right? I mean, technically, we don't even need to do this. We could do it this way because we have a set value, so we can do it that way also. Right? But if this had like logic in it, like let's say we wanted to increase a stat based on another stat and then reduce that stat. Like a lot of games have that effect. Like you'll have like one stat and then you'll have another stat. Then you have like this super OP mod or stat changer, whatever, and it'll like multiply the current stat by like 100% or something like that. But it'll set another stat to like 1. Right? You could do that with this. Is how it's set up with the previous way that I had it set up with the lambda. For this though, we are going to just pass in a value to increase the percent of this stat, and that's it. And we can, from here, we can actually extend the visiting stat out to include more logic if we need to. But for right now, this is very simple. We just create the note, and then we get the broker, as you saw before, and then we just add the note to the broker. We give it the stat address that we're targeting. We get that from here because we assigned this stat. It'd probably work better if I show, it in let's turn this off. If I show it over here, what this looks like on the editor, because this is editor-related script, not properly something the player should see. Where is it? Skill tree. So this is it right here. So we have a stat note right here. There we go. Okay. So this, yeah, okay. So these are two stat notes. And so you can see I have, oh my eyes, we have here the ability to put in like an item that might be required. So I think I have some items. No, actually, these are abilities, not items. I think I have abilities marked under items. So I could potentially put like an ability here. So you need to have an ability learned, I guess. But I'm not going to do that because this is for inventory items. Let's do this one for the stat because that's the one I was showing. So yeah, like here we have the power stat, and you can see it gives itself its own unique ID. For the visitor, this is just visitor ID, and it passes itself through, and we can tell it how much we want to increase. Maybe whatever. We can reduce the stat by 25% or increase it by up to 25%. All right. There we go. So now, what do I mean by implementing this same way that you would in inventory? All right. So those Pocos are effectively data. Right? I mean, it's all data, but we're going to wrap the Poco inside of another Poco, which is going to be the skill node slot. Right? And in an inventory, you would do the same thing. You take the item and then wrap it in another thing called an item slot. And the item slot will handle interactions with the skill tree. In this way, we store a reference to the Poco that is serializable. And then when we load the game, we can just load back the original Poco and store all of the information inside of the wrapper as a serializable types. Right? We don't need to actually save the data, this stuff, this side of the data. Right? So that's the idea. Okay, because when we're approaching an RPG, that's how you have to think. You have to think, how do you serialize this? So everything has to be designed that way. All right, let's get to it. The first thing that we're going to need is the skill. Let's actually close a bunch of this stuff. I think this is the class that we need. Right, and in entity, we have it here already. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to create public class skill. What did I call this a second ago? Skill slot. Okay. Okay, so when we do this, we actually need to create. Should we create every skill slot in the game? That's the question. So let's make a public void initializer. Okay, and we're going to make a dictionary over here. Dictionary. There we go. It's going to be int and skill slot. Did I not say that? Interesting. This is under a skill tree. Should it be... Is it not? It is. Oh, it doesn't have an address. We never saved it. Okay, we'll just save it now. Let's actually give it a decent name. Okay, and now we just register all. So that'll give this an address over here that we can use to look it up in our system. So if you're interested in an addressable system, I did that in the previous stream. So that's all there too. Unity. Taking it. Unity is still updating. There we go. Okay. So yeah. Okay, it's updating. There we go. So you can see here it says skill tree, blah, blah, blah. That's what I was looking for. So let's go back to the IDE and there we go. Okay. I was thinking about this also. We should probably give these names. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. We have 3 errors. What are these about? Oh. Ah, okay.
change over time. And guess who was right? Your parents told you, kid, make everything alright. You want to be different, but you're still ignorant. You want to have control. You run away from home, desperately looking for strength. No place you can go, no one to stand by your side. Too scared to get help. You want to have control. You work through the night, through the night. Your change over time, and guess who was right? Your parents told you, kid, make everything alright. You want to be different, but you're still ignorant. You want to have control.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. All right. The next step is we need to deal with back in the skill tree. Do this.
Nothing could have prepared me for the
be no more wasting stay on. I wait every day since I'm gone. Babe, the only thing I'm missing, only thing regretting is losing you. I'd rather be since day one. I did it all not too wrong. But in every goddamn racing, I find a demon weak inside my mind. So baby, now we are. Yeah, we're making everything and we gone. And every time we dizzy or drunk, nights you cut and say no more. Only Chiva. Never meant to say sorry. Si prefieres llamarme cuando quieras, just call me. Si me ves, con que no te esté vibrando el móvil. Si te vas sin retorno, tú cambiaste el entorno. Do you wanna return? What you want, what you need from me? Que me falta por decir, piensa dímelo a mí. Yo no sé nada de ti. What you want, what you need from me? No hay nada que decir. So now let's say I'm about to blow up. Say I'm about to blow up.
Oh, whoops. Most important thing.
Can't find my way back to you. I'm lost again. I don't wanna run from all of this. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. So break me. If only I don't help me. I've been gone.
Oh, we can't use this. Okay.
I feel a change, something within my heart. I didn't know I could feel like this. Running away, try to keep myself out. Twice I knew I felt so hard.
Okay. There we go.
You scare me with
So all of these parts here are serializable, right? But since we're using, I think, a different JSON utility for this, which, where is it? I have to mark it separately. JSON property, right, there we go. Sure, whatever. JSON property. So let's get rid of public here.
Es el sueño el motor, son las metas a alcanzar. Siempre hay que descubrir la manera de vivir. Este lugar, esta tierra, tiene tanto que ofrecer.
Okay, there we go. All right. So when we create this class, always have to pass it an entity ID.
Sueño el motor, son las metas a alcanzar.
Then from here, we can utilize that entity ID and create
Esta tierra
this dictionary of all of the skills in the game. Well, rather, we can create skill slots for those skills. Okay. Then from there, what is ID doing? Oh, there we go. So from there, we create these slots and populate this information, well serializable. So let's make sure we have this here. right? Okay, so this is what I mean. So we make a skill slot. So this is the data for what will appear now on the actual skill tree. When we're ready for this, we use these slots now to basically generate the information. Now the skill node itself has a bunch of information still on it that this doesn't really need. I only put here the information that's going to be serialized. Okay, we need to know this stuff to save a unique state about this. I don't think, now that I look at it, I don't think we need access to caching this, because we can get this from the skill node, and this is kind of just like static. It won't change. But yeah, so the description, I think that we can get away with this. Whether or not it is learned will change. So ID instead will be skill node. Okay. So learned is really the only thing that changes about this. So now this isn't a part. Believe it or not, we have another skill slot that we need to make, which is the UI version of this. The UI version will control how it handles the information inside of this. Right? Like, so let's make this private. Actually, let's make this.
We were playing with fire.
Right?
Everything turned to dust. When we aim to fly higher, we got
Yeah, let's do it that way.
each other down. We kept running from
And then after we do that,
realizing it was not worth the fight. Moving on alone was what felt right.
we have the initializer public. There. So after we've added all of the skills, then we just run validate, which is going to check each one of these. And since now we know we're going to be calling validate here, we can actually just do this. Which allows us to get rid of needing to get the entity.
Living life just like we're supposed to. Goodbye to the past. Letting go of the darkness that kept tearing us down. Had to hit the rock bottom to understand that we weren't meant to be. We kept running from the shadows in the
All right.
realizing it was not worth the fight. Moving on alone was what felt right. 'Cause we were never
So let's rethink this now. No, let's not do it this way.
I wake up kicking myself. Exhale cause I heard it helps. But same old way I felt. Resting on
What time is it?
shoulders.
Yeah, 9:30. I think it's a good time to call it. Let's finish this last method. But this is how I wanted to approach it. We got a shader done, which is nice, and I still need we still need to test some things out with it, but getting that done was pretty cool. And it shows I'm on the right path with this, so I know that this is the right way to go. The question that I'm dealing with is what exactly I need here. Do I need any more information? That's what I'm really dealing with. And it's going to help to just take a step back for a second again, just to look at what the target is. But I feel accomplished at getting that shader and getting this much of this side done also. Because now we realize that we don't need a validate. I thought we were going to need a validate, but no, it looks like we could just use learn to handle the validation. I'm thinking about this differently now. I don't think we need to populate this with all of the skills. I think we only need to populate this with the skills that we've learned. I need to stop here. I need to stop here and rethink all of these. This approach right here. Because we can minimize the... I'm thinking of like optimizing. That's where I'm going with this. Right? And then also, it's possible, as you go along, you'll discover books and things like that, and as you master them, it'll unlock nodes on your skill tree that does not exist for others. So we need a mechanism between this step to find out if you've actually unlocked what you've unlocked. So we need to take a moment to consider that. So we're going to call it here, actually. Good stuff. Hopefully that was informative and entertaining. I aim to please. Yeah, I think that's it. So, Agent Sausage, if you're still around, thank you very much for the join, man. And we're gonna call it there. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be coming back at this. I figure I just need maybe like a shower or maybe a nap, and it'll just start coming back to me, like how I want to handle, like what I want, and then how I want to handle it. Because I already it's weird to describe it. I know what I want to get to, and I know how to handle it, but I need to verify. My brain needs to take a second to verify that I'm making the right moves to get there. All right, implementation. There's a step right there. Okay, so let's call it there. Have a wonderful day, folks.